Hi. Hi. Hello. Yeah. Well, so at the moment we have 3 people. Yeah. Well, but more. Yeah. Are probably on the way. Okay. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So can you hear us?
Yes, very well.
Just a second. Let me. Кушка закрою, ладно? Конечно. I'll close the window. Почему? А потому что, ну, на всякий случай, потому что эти звуки, они иногда куда-то ускакивают, когда по скайпу. Right. There we go. Okay. So, let me introduce Zarina. Zarina is my friend, and she's a teacher trainer. She lives in Bulgaria. Yeah. Could you tell us more?
Well, you almost said everything. Well, actually, I work at the university here in Volgograd, which is between Sofia and Greece, just in the middle on the road. And, well, I like taking part in all kinds of adventures, like today's. This one is a kind of adventure for me because while I like poetry a lot, I haven't taken up the risk to read to people I haven't met before so far. So it's and I'm reading in Bulgarian, which is something that I hope you will enjoy.
Yes, of course, yeah, and I can tell you that I have already heard Zarina reading in Bulgarian, yeah, because it was at the conference 2 years ago, right? Or was it last year?
2015, last
yes,
year.
Yes, in Birmingham, yeah. And Zarina was reading, it was an evening event. Now it was not on the program of the conference, yeah, where the evening event and an informal environment, people sharing poems which they love, yeah, sometimes their own poems and sometimes just poems from their culture, yeah. And I can say that today, at least for me, it's a privilege that Zarina decided to join us, yeah. And well, you know, those 3 people, is it many or not many? I don't know, yeah. I'm just happy about it.
Doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
We can see each other. I think it's even in some way it is better because we can see each other and look into our faces and communicate more personally. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there is a recording also. Yeah, but so people will hear your voice. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Have you seen the text? I've actually just sent you 3 links to poems.
Well, just a second. I'll open them. Yeah, because I think it's from Narod.ru, where I wanted to print them out from. Yeah, well, but I wasn't a success.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
so
because just well, but I've got texts
okay.
here.
I thought that these are translated directly into Russian, and I don't know whether it's because of the similarities in the languages, but these ones sound better to me, the Russian translations. Well, this could be due to emotional reasons, not to the language itself.
Yeah.
But, anyway, so you have them, so you could have a look afterwards if you decide, of course.
Yes, of
and
course,
you can compare with the English translation as well.
Yes.
And it was kind of adventure really, because I started reading about, of course I know certain things about this poet, Dimcho Debelyanov, but I found new things and interesting. So if you feel like I may share these with you as well.
Well, so I mean, these new things, are they really new, you know, pieces of research, or it's just something you haven't read before?
It's kind of research done by, well, let's call it research, done by the Christopher Burton, who translated who translated actually the poems in English, the ones that I sent. So that person, he lives here in Bulgaria, and he seems to be dedicated to popularization of Bulgarian language, culture, everything.
Yeah.
And I found a very interesting, let's say, comparison between Dimcho Debelyanov and soldiers. Let's start with Bulgarian soldiers during the First World War, and then poets and British ones.
I see, yeah.
I'll tell you in a minute when I start talking about the...
Yeah.
So it was interesting for me as well, because I didn't expect to find it, so it was really nice.
Yeah, okay. So shall we start with just Zarina talking about Dimcho Debelyanov? Yeah. Okay, so the picture is, we are looking at his photo. Yeah, the other picture is, well,
The other one.
Yes, his grave. Yeah.
So do you want to start with reading blog first?
First poems or first about him?
Well, whatever you decide.
About him. Yeah, probably about him. A few words. Okay?
Okay. So as you can see in the picture, he died very young. Lots of people did during the wars. And it's almost 100 years since his death. So he was killed on the 3rd of October, I think. So we're going to commemorate this in a few weeks, yes. And he was age 29 then. He was he died as a second lieutenant at the South Front in Greece. And, second lieutenant, I don't know how much this speaks to you, but we have the Bulgarian equivalent of this is podporuchik.
I see, yeah.
Same in Russian. So it's a small, the commanders of small units, not the smallest one like platoons, but the next one. First I thought that his war poems were not the poems that he is remembered with. He is mostly remembered with two of his elegies. One starting with remember, pomnishli, tihi Dor, and so on. So where he remembers his birthplace and his beauty and his mother and so on. And the other one is again connected with his birthplace. It starts with to return to your father's house. So not only to me, I think that it is the general opinion that these two are his masterpieces, but one killed, or you have there one dead as the translation, which is Edinobiti. It's also very nice. So it's a good example, a wonderful example of work like I think. And this is the first that I would read. So Dimcho Debelyanov, he's considered to be the gentlest poet of Bulgaria. There is a lot of sadness in his poems, a lot of grief, so it's very often there are references to death. He became an orphan very young. I think he was 6 when his father died. And there are continuous references to death, to misery, to grief in his poetry, not only the war poems.
To being an orphan, yeah. I read one which is called Plovdiv, like it's very sad, very sad, yeah.
And of course, it is natural that once you're at the front and you are fighting, so this is something that continuously reminds you of death. So again, death is present in the war poems as well.
Yeah.
And it didn't be one killed or one dead as it is in the English translation. this is actually, so there are lots of interesting things about this poetry. It's actually about the enemy, the enemy, the soldier who is not an enemy anymore. So this is perhaps the main message in this poem. And there is this kind of controversy because on the one hand, the poet, the lyrical subject, or well, Dimcho, let's say, constantly reminds himself that actually this is a person who has come there to kill. And when they found their death, that's something they came for. So there should be no mercy for such people. But on the other hand, there are lots of comparisons, lots of similarities to the way he feels about himself as a soldier. And actually this makes you have a look at that soldier as a comrade, as a kind of a brother that was sent there by fate, and that they had to fight against each other just because that was a very unlucky coincidence, and so on. And the enemy in that case, it was the British Army. So the front, as I told you, was in Greece, but it was called the Macedonian front, because you know that Macedonia, actually, this is a region, it's a geographical region, and because of the Turkish government, the Turkish rule on the Balkans in general, so there was this mix of different nations, different ethnicities that lived in different places, and it was very difficult to decide which land is possessed by whom. And of course, you know, it's the same in recent times. Nowadays, it is the same, if you have a look. And actually, that was the thing. So, of course, soldiers had to believe in something. They were made to believe in some great causes in order to fight with all their hearts. So, actually, that cause was, of course, fatherland in our case. So, and there were Bulgarians living there. So it was, you know, it is always controversial because there are always different sides to the same, different points of view on one and the same issue. Anyway, so I was telling you that you might find it strange, but it was not the Greek, it was not the Serbs, the Turks that we were fighting with there. It was the British Army, and one that actually, or a little bit, is not inspired, but was caused by the death of a British soldier. And actually, Dimcho Debelyanov came across the letters he had kept with himself, and so that inspired him to write, because you will see in the poem, perhaps you have seen that there is this description of letters that are signed with blood. So the final, let's say, response is by them. And the translator, Christopher Buxton, he it turns out that his grandfather died at the front, but not at this one, not at on the Balkans, but on the Western Front. But still, he was a victim there, not a casualty. And so there was this kind of derogatory, perhaps, attitude towards the British who fought on the Balkans. They were said to be Salonika's gardeners. Salonika, this is Thessaloniki. And with the implication that they only they dug trenches there, and that was the only thing they did.
I see,
that was not true. And also I found, thanks to again the translator, kind of similar poem, similar reference to that enemy in Owen's poetry. That Anna, you said that you were going to read Owen's poetry as well. Yeah, and I'll just when I read the poem in Bulgarian, I'll read just a small part of that poetry that I found as well. Okay.
So which poem is it? I mean, Owen's. Which Owen's poem are you talking about?
Just a second. I don't remember. I put it down, but I have to check.
Yeah, well, never mind. I was just.
I will check it. Strange meeting. Strange meeting.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So not the one I was going to read. Yeah. But
and it's a longer one. I will only read here because it is that description of the dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sorry, just a second, Zari. Yeah, we'll just.
Somebody's coming.
Yep. Right. Oh, good afternoon. Yeah, so come.
Just visited.
Please come and join us. Okay. Yeah. Right. So, where are you from?
I'm from Germany. My wife is from Mexico. And
wow,
the children are
that's great.
mixed.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, Zari, can you see? So we have a guest from Bulgaria at the moment on Skype. Yeah. And we decided that today we were going to read, and we are reading war poetry dedicated to the Great War. Yeah. And Zarina has been so kind to tell us about their very famous Bulgarian poet. Yes, please take seats. Yeah, Dimcho Debelyanov. Yeah, who was translated into Russian and also into English, and there were certain English-British connections. Yeah, and we've just been talking about it. Yeah, and now Zarina is going to read some of his poems. Yeah, and just a second, I'll open this page with English translations. Okay? Yeah. So you can follow. This is the text in Bulgarian, but well, I'm not hoping you can read Bulgarian. Yeah. Yeah.
You can open the link to the Russian ones.
Well, yeah, it's just
This impressive to me for some reason. It could be because of the similarities in the languages themselves, but I don't know. I like the Russian translations more.
Yeah, well, okay. So we'll do with Russian translations, but our guests, they can do English, yeah?
Okay? But I don't want to spoil your plans, so if you want to show.
All right, okay, yes. So we are reading in Bulgarian, okay? Yes? So you are reading in Bulgarian?
Yes.
Okay, right.
I'm starting, right?
Yeah, yes.
Един убит. Той не ни е вече враг. Живите от враговете, бурна ги вълна помете нейде към усрещния бряг. Ето, хлътналия слог, легнал е спокойно бледен, с примирена скръб, загледан в свода ясен и дълбок. И по сивата земя, топлена от ласки южни, трепкат плахи и ненужни с кръв напръскани писма. Кой е той? И де е бил? Чий го зов при нас доведе в ден на вихрени победи да умре непобедил? Хлета майчина ръка, ти ли го в неволя черна с думи на любов безмерна утеши и приласка? Смешна жал, нелепа жал, в грохотно жестоко време. Не живот ли да отнеме, той живота свой е дал? И немак от вражи стяг готвил е за нас пощада. Не, той все, що му се пада. Мъртвият не ни е враг. So that's the poem. That one is not a foe, that's the main message. And there are several ironies here, and one of them is that very shortly after that, after he wrote that poem, Dimcho Debelyanov was killed himself.
Yeah.
So that poem was published posthumously, and it was in 1920, so it was discovered by a friend of his, and it was published 4 years after he died. The English, well, the similarity that I was referring to in Wilfred Owen's Strange Meeting, that's the very end of the poem, and it finishes with, again, the dead one is speaking. I'm the enemy you killed, my friend. I knew it in this dark, for so you frowned yesterday through me as you jabbed and killed. I parried, but my hands were loath and cold. Let us sleep now. So it is true that the same, it is actually regret over the life that was taken away that is seen in both poems. It's really very moving. So
yeah, and identifying with this dead foe. Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to contact that Christopher the translator and have a word with him after that, because I think he has a lot to say about this. And
yes, so the moment you don't know him personally.
No.
Oh yeah, well, it's just a good reason to contact him, and find out something about it. Yes. So the Strange Meeting, it wasn't on my list. But after that, of course, we will need to just to read it as well. But it's a kind of, it's a longish poem, isn't it?
It is a long one, yes. It's longer than
well, right. Okay. So I mean, just we can do this any time after this session. Wait, would you like me to hear this a little bit read in Russian? Because there are quite a few translations. And one of them. Okay, I like it. Would you like to hear it?
Well, yes, of course.
Okay,
So, is it you that did the translation from
No.
No,
It was done from rather famous Jewish Russian poet David Samuelov. Убитый. Он для нас не враг уже. Тех врагов, что еще живы, смыли бурные отливы на каком-то рубеже. Вот в канаве межевой он лежит, глухой, безвестный, примиренно в свод небесный взгляд уставив неживой. И на пашне, что весна согревает лаской южной, трепыхается ненужный лист последнего письма. Где он? Где он был живой? Кто он? Где он был живой? Чьим он поднят зовом вышним, чтобы пасть непобедившим в день победы вихревой? Материнская рука, тыль в его печали темной, тыль с любовью неуемной, так была над ним легка. Жалость, можно ли жить тобой в это время громовое, посягнувший на живое, сам лежит он неживой. Он под знаменем атак к нам испытывал ли жалость, вот и смерть ему досталась. Мертвый он уже не враг. Well, it's just the sound is different.
Absolutely.
Absolutely different.
But when you can understand both, it's very interesting to compare because, it's just a very nice experience. You compare languages, you compare cultures. The way a poem is read by the person is also interesting. So different takes on the same text. So a lot of things to think about. Okay, so what's next, Lena?
Yeah, okay. So shall we read? Okay, yes.
I think for the children it will be a bit boring. It's very interesting.
Okay, yes.
Thank you very much indeed.
Could I take a copy in
Well, yes, sure. Yeah. So just a second. Russian, and Bulgarian, and well, in English you just can.
No, it's okay. If you don't have it, it's okay.
Well, you can find it online. Yeah. Well,
Yes.
the name of the poet is Dimcho Debelyanov. Yeah. I need to write it here.
I just sent
Sorry
the
for
link.
interrupting.
Yeah, well, it's just because I didn't write the name here. Just a second, we'll write the name. Yeah, well, because our guest.
Christopher Buxton.
Yeah, so that's Dimcho Debelyanov. Yeah, and the name of the translator is Christopher Buxton. Buxton, yeah.
I'm sending you the link, Lena.
Oh yes, so the page is open here. I mean, yeah, I'm giving the copy.
Sorry for interrupting.
So Buxton. It's our pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
Have a
inviting us.
good time. Yeah.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yep. Right. Okay. So, well, so what's also interesting, yeah, well, because our guests, they've left us, yeah, and I can say that this poem, yeah, is, I mean, some words, so смешно жал, нелепо жал, yes? Yeah.
They are the same.
Грохотно жестоко время. Yeah, and the Russian translation is жалость, можно ли жить тобой в это время громовое. Yeah, it's very close to that Alexander Blok's poem, yeah, which I think I've sent you the link, yeah. Yes, I think I sent it to you yesterday. Yeah, so
Thou or something like this. It was
yeah, well, it was like just a second.
I remember. Yes, I have it. Don't send it again.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but and you remember the words, yes? Yeah, that just I'm a bit nervous, yeah. I forgot them just a second.
You were talking about
I mean,
жаль, грохотное время.
Yes, yeah, I was talking about these words. Well, just a second. I mean, in Alexander Blok's, yeah, you've got these words, yeah. Нет, нам не было грустно, нам не было жаль, несмотря на дождливую даль. Это ясная, твердая, верная сталь, и нужна ли ей наша печаль? Эта жалость, ее заглушает пожар, гром орудий и топот коней. Грусть ее застилает отравленный пар с галицийских кровавых полей. That's the end of that great poem. Петроградское небо мутилось дождем. Yeah, and I think it's one of the greatest Russian poems about the First World War. Yeah, because it's terribly, horribly ambiguous. Yeah, so it's just like, of course, they feel agitated, yeah, and excited about what's going to happen, yeah, but at the same time, they understand, yeah, that it is something terrible, yeah.
But it's written earlier. So
Yes.
you can feel there is excitement, enthusiasm, although it might be pretended, but still it is there. There is that noise of people trying to sing, to laugh, to joke, and so on.
Yes,
And I think to a certain extent this is due to the period, so it's at the very beginning. I think it was 1912, or I'm wrong.
Yeah, well, but there is I think it's 1914. Yeah, and but there is also that premonition.
The beginning.
Okay, yeah. So shall we read the other two poems? Yeah, well, because I remember that you will need to rush in a while. Yes.
Yes, I have to. The second one, which is Staria Bivak, and it turned out that you have the same word bivak in Russian.
Yes, but it's an old-fashioned word. Yeah. But it's,
and there is an inscription at the beginning. This is a friend of Debelyanov, and he was also a writer. And actually it's about a camp that they associate with, they have very pleasant associations with. And after some time they go back to that camp, and it's war, and they remember the previous times with victims and so on. But it turned out again that friend, Damian Karpov, that the poem is dedicated to, he was a writer, and he also wrote, actually it was him that first he wrote a story about that place. And the poem, Dimcho Debelyanov's poems, is a kind of response to that story.
I see,
and, that's why it is dedicated to him. Damian Karpov's story is titled Under the Southern Sky, and of course it is again southern Bulgaria, the southern Balkans, Greece, and so on that they refer to. And Karpov's story, it appeared in the journal Otечество, Fatherland. It was published in 3 subsequent issues, I think, and after that, Dimcho Debelyanov's poem also was published in one of the following issues. So it was a kind of dialogue between them, a correspondence or a dialogue. And he was still alive when he published this, so he witnessed it when it came out. Okay. I'm starting reading.
Yes, of course, yeah, and we're just...
Стария бивак. Някога ние бяхме там отвъд, в оня тих и слънчев край, отдето струма, морна отдалечен път, праща първи поздрав на морето. Там, сред плодната зеленина на лъки, от златен зной горени, спомняха разгромната война, само хижите обезлюдени. И от призори до първи сън, стъпките на рой сурови войни, като тежък непрестанен звън, тръпнеха сурови и нестройни. Всеки завой там ни бе познат, всеки кът тъй горестно възлюбен, сякаш всеки в този малък свят бе намерил своя свят изгубен. Но един и в сън нечакан час нашия притихнал сън разсече. Тръгнахме, нощта бе пак пред нас, ясни ден, тъй блед и тъй далече. Помня, че през тази нощ на юг странна скръб вещаеше луната и при всеки стон и всеки звук звънка бе и плаха тишината. Ето ни сега на други бряг. Друг брегът, съдбата все еднаква. Близката долина лъха мрак и дъждът скърбяще тих потрапва. съм сам и мечтата жовна ме облича в стария бивак, пустинно ням, който в тази тежка нощ прилича на едно сърце. Къде са те? Смелите ръце, гърди железни, бурен в знойните лъки расте и в безименна забрава чезне споменът за оне слънчев кът, дето жадните за радост стиха, мина много кръв и много смърт, мирен сън и мирни скърби пиха. The first war that is referred to here is the first Balkan War actually. So it's, that one is written during the First World War, but the reference, the old camp, that was a camp built during the First Balkan War, and of course the memories that were associated with that.
Yeah.
So again, so we have this, actually not much reference to, there is grief, but not much reference to bloodshed in this poem. It's just
it's like
general.
it's like serene, very calm. Yeah, and well, and once again, it seems, it feels like dead people, they are also in peace and they are talking to living people. That's just an overall impression from it, yeah. So it is strange that it is so peaceful. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, and in this sense, I feel that it might be unique. Yeah, well, because I mean, not only this poem, but the quality of his poetry.
There is peace, there is suffering as well, there is grief, but he somehow has come to terms with his grief. So it's not something that he objects to, fights.
Yeah.
Just a description of grief, and he is accepted, which is accepted, and this is characteristic to all his poetry, I think.
I would like to ask some question about the language. I wonder how poetic are his words, how special. I mean, because in Russian they are quite, poetic, like. And I wonder if in Bulgarian this is the same.
It is the same. So I don't know. Have I told you? So he is considered to be he's thought to be the gentlest poet. So that's, and I think it is in his soul, in his nature, that gentleness, but also the way he expresses this. Very symbolic, with lots of images from the nature and the metaphors. It is really very beautiful. If you keep reading it, if you read poem after poem, it might become depressing because of that grief that is loaded in each of the poems. But it is very beautiful. The language is very beautiful.
And well, put it. I think, because I think I understand what Lisa means. Well, putting it another way, is it high style? Because in Russian, in some translations, it's rather high literary language, or is it rather simple language?
I wouldn't say it's high style. No, there are some words that are, let's say, old. They are not in use anymore. But not in this poem. In the next one, which is the Quiet Victory, there are several such words. But on the other hand, it's normal. The words themselves, they are not high style. The combination is unusual. The choice of wording, but it is. It's definitely not high style. It is just simple words, but used in a very creative way. And this is what I like, because other things might turn you off, put you off at a certain stage. I don't know. That's perhaps my personality, but the words are simple but very beautifully combined. And
Yeah. Well, but we have this feeling that sometimes Russian translations, they are kind of more complicated. They are put together in a more complicated
this
way,
is
and
possible
the
because
higher style. Yeah.
everybody puts something of themselves in the translation. It's both translation and creation because it is poetry.
Yes, yeah, and sometimes people try, to copy the style of something else which has already been done. Yeah.
In Russian.
Yes, in Russian. Yeah, or in translation. Yeah. Well, but anyway, yeah, I remember that you need to rush. So, do you think we still have time for you to read another
Because
poem?
I have just read it.
Yes, yeah.
The Quiet Victory. I wanted to say something about that one as well, but I did not write it down and I might have forgotten. I'll read it, and if I remember while reading, I'll say it again. I'll say it again. It was again, he witnessed when the poem was out, he was still alive, so he witnessed, he was able to see to read the issue and so on. Quiet Victory. Тиха победа. Денят за труд е отреден, за сласт и мирен сън нощта. А що е нощ и що е ден, за нас изгнани из света? Сурова вярност на дълга смени живота пастролик, изля се с радост и тъга, сроди се малък и велик. Вървим под тежките крила на буреносна, мощна бран и върху хиляди чела чер жертвен кръст е начертан. Но няма мраз да залети топлик жадуващия хълм, нито ще трепне пред беди обореваемия чълм. Че светли тайни дух прозря и аз обикнах този път, по който земните недра тъй властно мамят и зловят. Ти наш си, твоя дял е дълг на хруптавия злак, в земята майка опознал при нея да се върне пак. Венци от слънчеви цветя в долини слънчеви плете и в кротък унес чака тя да дойде нейното дете. Дойди, но с подвиг увенчай ти твоята бренна суета и нека бъде твоя край една усмихната мечта. Ноще, тъй светло примирен, аз гледам звездния покров и тихо му се строи над мен и крепне земната любов. Разтлала се е ясна шир и в нея странникът недрак след много бури най-подир намира своя роден бряг. Там родни сенки с родна реч посрещат брата и сина, а нейте гордо и далеч плющят победни знамена. So this is actually, again, if we talk about the language, there is old use of different words that might sound formal, quite formal in today's Bulgaria, in this poem. This is one, and the other thing, so it is one that finishes very positively with references to victory, to banners, to celebrations, and so on. But also this reference to the earth, the homeland, and its comparison to mother, that a mother that is waiting for her son to come back, and in case with the earth to be put down into the earth, which is again not so optimistic. So the reference to that again, and because there is a beautiful, it's a beautiful image of both a mother, perhaps a land, mourning for her son, I sent Lena. I don't know whether you have seen it, the rest. But Lena, could you just show it to the girls there? It's a sculpture of
yes, sure, yeah.
Dimcho Debelyanov's mother, and this is at the moment it is at his birthplace in Kuprishchica. And there is a copy of that on his grave, but it was at the beginning that sculpture in Kuprishchica in the birthplace was on the grave, so it was just moved to his birthplace after that. And I think it's the author is Ivan Lazarov, the sculptor, and it describes just in another way, but in a very nice way, Debelyanov's poetry in general, I think, because I think it expresses that feeling of desperation and sadness very well.
Yeah. Well, but at the same time, once again, it's very quiet somehow.
Yes, the title says so. So it is victory, but quiet victory.
Yeah.
It's not, there is no bravado, no songs, no laughter.
Yeah, and just no sounds. Yeah, well, because in the English poetry dedicated to the First War, yeah, there are lots of poems which are full of these desperate sounds like shrieking and
Yes.
Yeah, and even the term shell shock, yeah, as I have found out, yeah, it was born like during the First World War. Yeah.
It was common problem, I think. So
Yes, yeah. It still didn't exist before that. Yeah, shell shock. Yeah. Yeah, I'll send you the link which I have found. Yeah, to do a very interesting article. It's just on the site called The Musical Brain. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, but it's time. Yeah.
Okay. I will watch the recording if there is such.
Yes, unfortunately.
Don't worry.
No, I mean, just unfortunately, you'll be able only to see us. Yeah, not you.
Okay.
Well, because we didn't have time to just to switch it on.
No, don't worry about this. I'm interested in the way you continue. So I'm curious about how this will develop.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy
It was very
yourself. Thank you
interesting.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.